Hello everyone, I'm Chef N'Gai Dickerson with the American Heart Association, and welcome to Family Celebrations, Healthy Cooking with Heart. This series is brought to you by a generous donor in collaboration with the American Heart Association and employers in Eastern North Carolina to support longer, healthier lives for their employees. All right, so now we have to get into the beef, okay? So let's start some beef. Now, we have an avocado chimichurri steak with grilled asparagus, okay? So we have a good lean top sirloin, right? Really good quality, just happen to be grass-fed, you know, whatever you're into. But the main thing here is the technique, okay? So we're gonna do a chimichurri, which is just the parsley. We'll mix that together with some cilantro, and we use it as a sauce at the end. The avocado, the heat, so we have the fat, we have the heat, and we're gonna go ahead and just sear our beef, okay? We wanna make sure it's nice and seasoned. I let it sit out at room temperature for a little bit. That's very important because it's really hard to sear. If everything's wet, you wanna make sure the surface is nice and dry. That's gonna go a lot further, all right? So we'll do that first. So this is a healthier way of cooking. If you are into steaks, you know, hey, go ahead. If you're gonna eat red meat, go ahead and spend the extra money for it. Why not, right? Make sure it's nice and lean, make sure it has a lot of good flavor. Yes, it's good to have a, nice ribeye or prime rib sometimes, but that can be very unhealthy for you over time. Right? Lean protein is important. When you think about going to that animal, you wanna try to stay higher up on the animal, okay? The higher up you get, the leaner the product's gonna be. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. This avocado is another healthy fat we're going to add, so whatever fat you lose in there, you can get with the healthy fat from the avocado, the healthier fat from the avocado, okay? So that's important. All right, now we're going to go ahead and sear this. Make sure your pan is nice and hot. Shouldn't be smoking. Now all I want to do, I'm just going to take this, I'm going to lay it down here. I put my chili powder. Now if you don't hear that, you did something wrong. Go back and start over, all right? Now once you hear that, you're in there. Okay, hear it again. Now, you can take this and put it on the grill, but either way, it's still dry heat, and you want to hear a nice sear. We didn't have a traditional grill, but when you're thinking about grilling, so what does grilling mean? Radiant heat from below, okay? So your flame is from the bottom. And that's all you want to remember when you're doing any type of grilling, okay? So I went ahead and kind of seared them. I just want to show you what they're going to look like. Get you a nice little crisp sear on them. And you just kind of rotate them out. And I have some more over there. And once you get those going, it gets that smoke that you want to kind of get from the grilling. But you do not, I repeat, you do not want to add any oil to this yet, okay? Now these right here, you see I'm grabbing these here because I pretty much cut those off. I just wanted to show you. Now the ones I have here are going to be really hot, okay? So when I grab these, I want to make sure I'm using my tongs. All right? You just want to get you a nice little sear on them, nothing too much. Now a lot of people stay away from using asparagus because they always overcook it, right? Trust me, you will not overcook this. This is a great way to do it. And you can always add your fat later, okay? All right. Don't have your heat up too high. You know, this is one of the ways we first started cooking anyway, is, with basic heat, so we can control this. I know my steak is almost ready on the one side because I start to see the brown. Look at that. That's what you want to have right there, okay? All right. I'm gonna let that sit, I'm gonna let it rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and slice that up a little bit and serve it, okay? Don't forget about our asparagus. I got a special treat for that though. I'll show you that in a minute. Now, I wanna go ahead and get some garlic, in my dish. That's very important. And here comes my knife skills. So knife skills are one of those things you have to make sure you practice on. So go ahead and smash your garlic. Just smash that garlic up. And we're gonna make a quick chimichurri, okay? I'm gonna save some of my garlic for my asparagus, but you get the idea. You just want to go in and just get most of that off. All right, I'm gonna add that to my bowl. And now I have my garlic, my parsley, and my jalapenos. I already add those too. I have those in here. And I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it too. Now I like to try, if I'm gonna eat beef, I like to try to cook it to where it's medium. So if you take a moment and take your pinky and your thumb, this is rare. I mean, this is well done, right? This is rare, right? Because what is this? It's just seared muscle, isn't it, right? Seared muscle. So the tighter it is, that's gonna be well done. So as you go to the inside, it's gonna be rare. So as you touch that, just keep that in mind when you're doing it, okay? That's a little trick I wanted to show y'all. All right, so now I'm gonna go back on the other side. That's almost where I want it. I'm gonna let that kind of hang off to the side for a moment. Now I'm all about trying to build flavor up. That's just me. So you wanna go ahead and add you some garlic to your pan. Right? Cut that off. And we already have the char. That's what we wanted, right? That's flavor. We want that. So now we have the char, all we have to do is cut this. And guess what? And guess what we're doing? We're just adding more flavor. That's all we're doing. We're just adding more flavor to the asparagus. It's already cooked. You know, we have a lot of good juices there from that beef. You want to pull all that together. And having good knife skills is going to help you accomplish that. Let that kind of sit there and do its thing. Now with the chimichurri, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to take these out because I pretty much have them where I want them and let these rest. Now when I say rest, that means you don't want to cut into these right away. You want to let those juices kind of come together again. You don't want to mess with that. So if you're making dishes for your family event, your celebration, this is stuff you can do ahead of time. Go ahead and, you know, pre-sear your asparagus, have that done. You know, your beef, go ahead and pre-sear that, have that done. Make your chimichurri, already finished, okay? So you don't have to do anything else. Put those off to the side. Now, I'm just gonna add these here to my dish, off to the side. Any ones you have left, this is a good time to go ahead and add those as well. And then now it's time for my avocado. Make sure you find one that's nice and tender if you're gonna use it the day of, but I like to try to get mine a little greener to let it sit for a while. Okay? Get that off. Add that to it. Put this back here, we're gonna saute that in a little bit. And that's all we really have to do. Now, when it comes to the avocado, quick fix. You wanna go in, just cut these open. You'll hear people say, you know, take the knife and do different things with it. I like to just push mine out if you're able to do that. And it's still gonna come out nice, okay? So you wanna take them and just kinda make a couple of slits in there. And if you do it right, you can just scoop it right out. You can have a spoon, whatever you can find. All right, get your little spoon or whatever. Get your that out the way. And you can just drop it on in there if you want to. Drop those pieces in there. Now mind you, I already cut up my jalapeno pepper that's spicy already, so you don't have to mess with that too much. And at this point, I just go in and I just chop it up, okay? Right, that's the main thing. You know, when you think about family get-togethers, you know, they're great. It's a great time to try new healthy recipes. It's a great time to try new healthy tips, okay? Don't forget about that. Add a little bit of fat just to kind of bring it together. And you know we have to have some acid, okay? Remember that, so you know, family time, time to eat, anything like that should be a time where you can try something new and pull out the knives, you know, pull out the saute pans, pull out the things you're gonna do, and just try to keep it healthy and fun, you know? Healthy actually means fun. So when you think about that, they kind of go hand in hand, all right? Mixing this in there, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna plate this up in a little bit. It's gonna be delicious. So that chili powder going with that jalapeno is gonna be really great addition. So I let the beast or the beef rest. And what you're doing here is you wanna, all that hard work you did in the pan, you wanna keep it together, right? You wanna make all those juices, you wanna get those in your body, not on your cutting board, right? So you wanna go ahead and cut that now. You want to cut, when you cut this, you don't want to cut with the grain, right? You want to make sure it's nice and easy. And these are so lean. I mean, you can't go wrong either way, but thinner's better. And I mean, if you into beef, come on, man. Look at this. This is good stuff. So. And that chimichurri, I put the lemon juice in there with that. It's gonna taste really good, all right? And it's actually healthier if you're gonna eat red meat. You don't wanna cook it well done. That's not good for your body. You wanna eat it, you know, it'll go through your system a lot easier that way. Yeah? Get you a nice angle. And a nice sharp knife is very important, okay? And if you do that right, you'll have you a stack of medium rare beef that you can take, and we're gonna make a really nice plate out of that. So that's how you would do that. All right, so I'll plate all that up, finish sauteing these, all right? And that's all I have, so enjoy this meal. Perfect.